Hello, welcome to Pumpkin Canine Fashions. I have paw-picked my new line of dog beds. Each one delivers bold, stylish looks that make your pup stand out from the pack. With thoughtfully designed apparel and accessories, my people bring personality and flair to every tail wag. Go ahead, treat your pup to one today. Order now at pumpkincaninefashion.com. That's pumpkincaninefashion.com.
Welcome, everybody. This is Talkin Live. Hello, world.
Now, let's get ready. You are Talkin Live with Lamar Bearden.
All right, I'm here today. I just wanted to do a show. It's very important to me to do a show today on account of the situation we have in Venezuela. I watched the news, and it was a surprise to me that what happened, but it was a great thing that happened. It was also a very, very way to do something like they do, and that was the greatest thing I've seen in a long time. Kind of like one of those movies you watch when they get a dictator. I seen a movie like that one time where they went into a country and they come down on the helicopters and took out the dictator. I think that was a great thing, and I think I give Donald Trump the credit for what he did. And you that are idiots out there that don't even know nothing about it, that's complaining you ain't even done your homework on it, and you just get out there and you just protest about it. You don't even do your homework on it. You ain't never been in a communist country. You ain't never had to be under a thumb of somebody that rules you around, tells you what to do, when you can do it, and starves you to death at the same time. You ain't never been there, or you wouldn't be walking and complaining on the street about it. The people of Venezuela would be glad to go back to their country. A lot of them that come over here because they had no freedom over there. They want freedom. All nations want freedom. China wants freedom. All these nations want freedom. But see, we can't have it that way. I know Donald Trump can't do it for everybody. The same thing needs to happen to Cuba, but you know, it makes China and Russia mad because they're too close. They're in there too close to us, and we don't want them around us. Now, I've been to a lot of countries overseas, Brazil. I've been to Cuba, not to Cuba, but I've been down to Puerto Rico. It's like another world to me. I've been to a Dominican. I've been to a lot of different countries and a lot of the Caribbean islands. And I know what goes on. I've been there. I know how crooked they are. I mean, just like, for instance, I put $350,000 in Brazil. I lost it because of the crooks over there I invested with. I've been to Puerto Rico, lost money going over there trying to do business, and the government come in and want to take their share. That's what happened to Venezuela. And it happens in China too. I know a guy that built a business over in China, a plastic business, and they took their company in China. It started doing good, and they took their company away from him. See, I know about these countries. I work with people that have been in communist rule. Oh, don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. I was working with the company back in 2012. They invited me to come to Venezuela to work on some deals for the oil companies. The oil companies wanted to meet me over there. They was part of Chevron and a bunch of the other independent companies. And Maduro he took over. And then it just blowed the whole deal. It was millions of dollars I could have made if it hadn't been for him. But I forgot the millions of dollars, and I look for those to see people free to go and do what they do and not be tied down to some dictator that's trying to rule me when I got to go somewhere, what I got to do. And you ignorant people, you get up there, you don't do your homework, you don't do nothing. All you do is listen to the media. You listen to people that don't know what they're talking about, has never experienced anything. You got to have experience before you know what you're talking about. You can't talk about something that you don't know about. You can't protest about something that you don't know about. And as far as Donald Trump's concerned, he deserves a salute for what he did in Venezuela. And the Venezuelan people, they are giving him credit for it. See, you ignorant, and I call you ignorant because you protest about something like this, and you know what Donald Trump really needs to do? To go to Congress and take Omar and all these other people out and take them to court and put them in jail for what they've done in Minnesota. And all this, like Swalwell and all those Democrats in Congress, they need to be taken and dropped off down there where they're defending those people that are getting like Maduro. They're defending him. They're saying, well, he had no right. Well, you have no right to talk about everything he does. It wouldn't matter if he give that dictator, Maduro, if Donald Trump sent him $50 million, what would you do? You'd say, oh, well, great, because you stand up for what's wrong. Most of you politicians, you want American people on dope where they won't have sense enough to vote and have sense enough to stand up for their rights. You Democrats, you brought all these people from all these different countries, not thinking, not caring about all the terrorism and all the things that can happen to our American people. You put them up in hotels, you put them all these different places and took care of them. But you let the people, the veterans and all these people here, you let them stay on the side of the road. I even heard of one time, and one time where that a hotel was full of veterans, you kicked them out and put the immigrants in it. I believe it too. I believe anything that's the dirtiest thing you can be, you Democrats will do it. I believe that you will do anything, don't care who it hurts, as long as they ain't hurting you, to take this country into a full communist country. I don't believe you ever draw a line of what you do because you're so corrupt. All Republicans ain't angels. There's corrupt Republicans. But we see the Democratic Party pushing socialists and communism. And these people that are protesting have no common sense. I've seen on TikTok, this lady, she was hollering about Donald Trump, how bad he was and how he needed to be taken, just get rid of it and everything. And I think she got her welfare cut off was what it was. It must have been welfare the reason you get up there. And you get up there and you whine. This country would be a great country, a greater country than ever been, if two things, if people would realize how sorry they are and realize that we don't give credit to God. I was reading the book Genesis and Isaiah, how that the people in the countries, different countries, were blessed by God, but they turned their back on God and they got took over. That's what happened to Rome. Rome got so big and thought it was so great, and it fell. That's what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. That's what happened to in the book in Genesis and Noah. They built an ark, and the people was living just like they're doing now, and they thought, well, we don't have to worry about the judgment. We don't have to worry about none of that stuff. And see, these people down in Venezuela and all these different countries, they're forbidden to read a Bible, have a Bible. North Korea is the worst one. They wind up giving their life for what they believe. Well, what is something worse? I tell you what, I'd rather a nuclear weapon hit me and kill me than to be under communism and socialism, because people starved to death. Look at Venezuela, how they had to take all their money just to get a loaf of bread. And this man cheated on the elections. The people that really wanted someone in there that would take care of them, he cheated on the election. He fixed it where he had to stay in office. Cuba, they don't have no election. The Cuban people love to see the thing happen right now, and so they could go back to their country. Cuba's a beautiful place until communism got a hold of it. We got to get that people a program for medical health insurance. We got to do. You make me so sick, man. It's been going on for years. I've been hollering for what's good for health care. Obama gets in there and gets some crooked way to make a little money for himself, and it turns out it's a great thing because it's got his name on it, right? With all the money you've wasted and give away, you could have a great health care, Democrats. All the money that the government has had in all the years that it's been here, you give it away in the last 50, 70 years. It's been giveaway. We could have a great health care if you could stop things like Minnesota out there. And then they blamed the Republicans for it. I mean, my daughter tries to get health care. She had cancer. To the wrong people. I heard them talking when Obama was in there. Not Obama, well, him too. But when Biden was in there, I heard them talk about give these countries money so they can help the people. America. Cough up the money and give it to them instead of taking care of their own people here. I got a granddaughter. She got a light bill for $600. See, this solar panel is another thing, and I'll get on that the next show. To bleed the country and help the Koreans and help the Chinese. Another racket. There's no way a country that like America is built on oil, petroleum. I mean, there's many, many, many things that are made out of oil. Plastics and stuff like that. But we got the head of the snake out of Venezuela. We got the head of Maduro. That's the head of the snake. Now we got to get all the rest of the body that's in there and capture it or destroy it so that snake will be completely dead. That's what we need in Washington, D.C. We need the communists out of our government. Oh, oh, they got the vote, so let's give it to them. Yeah, well, you notice we have a lot of people in the United States don't have no common sense. Gripe about somebody going out there and trying to put a stop to all the drugs that's coming in here killing people. Of course, people have to make their own decision where they take an overdose and kill themselves. I'm going to tell you something, being high ain't all that great when you come down. Being high and waking up dead ain't all that great. So why you want to defend a man, him and his wife both plead not guilty. He must be Democratic socialist. Because the Democrats plead not guilty all the time. We're not guilty. We didn't do that. Swalwell, he slept with a Chinese spy. Sweep it on the rug. Donald Trump made a deal in New York. Everybody made money, but he's a crook. I'd like to deal with somebody like Donald Trump and make money like that. I wouldn't call him a crook. The banks didn't call him a crook. See, the thing is about Donald Trump, ever since he walked down the conveyor and said he's going to, or went down the conveyor, everybody's saying the steps, you know what a conveyor is, goes down, rolls up. That's what, to you people out there don't understand what I'm talking about. A conveyor is something you get on, it's got steps on it, goes up. Then you get on the other side and it goes down. A politician is someone, or a president is supposed to be for a country, not other countries. Can you figure that out? The Democratic Party is supposed to be for us only. Not for Maduro, not for North Korea, not for Russia, not for any other country. You're supposed to be for us. Because you got elected because you're supposed to keep your word of what you say. Do what you say what you do, and do what you say. People don't like me. I have movie stars. I have a few, a lot, because I stand up for Donald Trump. I've done shows, and I had a contract with a company, and of course there was other issues, production company. But I lost it because my views. I lose stuff because of my views. I lose stuff because I stand up for what I believe in. I believe in what's right and what's wrong. I ain't perfect. I'm in business for myself. I know how the system works. I know how companies work. I know how companies rip you off. Like that video you seen where this company, I ain't found out who they are. If I did, I'd blab it all over the world. Taking cardboard and mixing it up, grinding it up, and making dog food out of it, putting flavoring in it. You can watch it on my website. I'm against that kind of thing for money. You know what they say? Money's good to live by. It's not good to die by. All you that got all that money, that drug money, that oil money, all the money you ever made, in this world, don't mean nothing when you draw your last breath. You remember them, the rich man and the bagger? Of course, you don't. Now, we can tell the Muslim this because they don't believe it. They believe in their God is a murderer and a rapist and a pervert kill all white men. That's what their book says. Make women cover their face up so they can't see them. That's kind of like me. Maybe I ought to wear one. They cover their face because they're pretty, I guess. They're afraid somebody will run off with one of them. I don't know what it is. This is another stupid thing that takes away the rights of a woman. That's all it is. Everybody said, "Oh, Donald Trump don't, he don't like women. He don't crap, man. Everybody who works for him is a woman, just about it." Donald Trump's a no good, sorry piece of crap. Well, when I go to the gas station, I feel like somebody's doing something when I get it for $2.50 or $2.30, 20 cents. I feel like somebody's done something. Yeah, Jeff just said he got it for $2.11. Now you got to get that diesel down, you guys that makes this diesel. You make more money on that than you do the gas because it's cheaper to make diesel than it is gas. See, I know about the oil business. Halliburton now offered me a deal worth $1 million, and I couldn't do it because it was too spread out all over the world. I knowed that I couldn't meet the requirements, so I did turn it down. Company offered me the deal, like I said, to go to Venezuela, meet with the oil people. I wasn't probably win anyway, but they hadn't done business with me because I didn't feel like traveling that far. I turned down a lot of stuff because I don't want to go. I'm tired of going. My second wife run me everywhere, so Brazil and all them places. Where I done business like Puerto Rico and stuff like that. And I've done a lot of business, to a lot of the Caribbean islands. And mostly every bit of them is wanting. They want that money. A government down in Puerto Rico, they want that money to do business. And you know what Maduro did? All the companies that invested in Venezuela, he let the oil business basically go to hell in a handbasket because he was making so much money on the drugs and he didn't give a crap about the people that would get the benefits of the sales of the oil. Because Venezuela's got more oil than any country in the world. He didn't care about his people. And the other part of that snake, you Venezuelans, if you're watching this, get together and get rid of the rest of the snakes, the little snakes, and that body that belonged to that head of that snake, which that head was Maduro. He's innocent, Democrats think she's innocent. You know why they think all the time that everybody's innocent? Because they're all guilty, and they say they're innocent too. I didn't have nothing to do with it. That governor over in Minnesota, anybody would vote for that ignorant, stupid old man is the dumbest suckers I ever seen. But those Somalians, they love the guy because, and we got Almar, she loves Minnesota. You go from $65,000 to $30 million and 3 years being on the House of Representatives. Do you think she's innocent too? If she's innocent, the whole world's innocent. If Maduro's innocent, him and his wife, then the whole world is innocent. So if all these people are innocent, Donald Trump's got to be innocent, ain't he? If all the criminals in the world that you Democrats defend and the immigrants are innocent, you've got to say Donald Trump's innocent. This world is more corrupt now than it's ever been in history. And the guy said one time, I said, I think people are just going to get meaner. He said, no, they ain't going to get meaner, brother. It's going to get to be more of them. And boy, did he tell the truth. People used to have fear, but they don't have fear. They do what they want to, when they want to, and they don't draw no line. Because the Bible said the devil was a thief and a murderer. And that's why they're that way. Because they have the devil in them. God bless all of you. Wait till tomorrow. I got some more for you.
The views and opinions expressed on all Talkin Live Show presentations are those of the host and their guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of the Talkin Live TV broadcast studio, EPB Fiber Optics, or by this network or its management. Stand out with our exclusive backpack, proudly showcasing the one-of-a-kind Lamar Fashions logo, blending style and distinction into every design. Available in white or black, our backpack is lightweight and comfortable for your optimal comfort and shoulder fit. The main pocket inside can store daily necessities and contains a protective sleeve to hold your laptop along with interior pockets for storing valuables. With its classic shape, this backpack is perfect for business travel, laptop soft case, or luggage bag for short trips, and will make a great gift for any age group. The two exterior side pockets can hold your water bottles or your mobile phone. Order yours today in black or white at surplusproductsforyou.com. That's surplusproductsforyou.com.
Before drones and digital streams, there were boots on the ground and cameras in the wild. Every Saturday evening starting at 5 p.m., journey back with the pioneers who filmed nature's first close-up shots. Real explorers. Timeless stories that bring the beauty and wonder of the natural world into your home. All evening long, every Saturday. Watch Echoes of the Wild.